Well, Yemen's Ansar Houthi-group says it's targeted 2 oil tankers in the Red Sea, saying the ships were violating its naval blockade on Saudi Arabia. The incident reportedly took place about 130 kilometres off the Saudi coast. The Saudi-owned tanker Encelia caught fire after an unknown projectile hit its front side. Maritime officials say there are no known casualties. A second vessel, the Layla, has reportedly also caught fire in the same attack. Well, let's bring in Um-e-Kulsoom Shariff, who is standing by for us here in Doha. And 2 ships being targeted in the Red Sea. What more do we know at this stage? Have Saudi officials commented at all?
At this point, we have a confirmation from Saudi state media saying that a vessel has been targeted in the Red Sea. It was on fire. It caught fire, but the crew members have been safe and relevant authorities have actually managed to secure the vessel. Now, this comes after Yemen's Ansar Houthi-group claimed responsibility for attacks on tankers in the Red Sea. Now, this is the latest flashpoint we are seeing in the war between US and Iran, with the Houthis declaring a maritime blockade, so to speak, of the kingdom on Monday. Now, Saudi has been relying on its oil exports on the Red Sea after the effective closure of the Strait of Hormuz in the past few months that we've seen. Now, this poses a new challenge for Saudi Arabia and also a global energy supply route yet again being held off after the Strait of Hormuz, which was responsible for about 20% of global oil and natural gas supplies. Now, when we look at the Bab al-Mandeb Strait and the Red Sea that connects to the Suez Canal, we're looking at nearly 15% of global sea trade that stands to be affected. Now, the Houthis says since they've declared the blockade, nearly 10 ships have been either turned back or have changed route.
And there have been more Iranian strikes on the Gulf overnight and into the morning. Can you just bring us up to date with what has actually happened? The IRGC have made a statement addressing the Kuwaiti people directly.
Yes, absolutely. They have addressed the people of Kuwait, saying that America that has violated your territorial integrity and not us. And they've gone on to explain why they have attacked the U.S. military bases in the region. We know that the Ali al-Salam base has come under attack in the most recent fight, and they say the fighters also targeted a telecommunications tower, and in response to U.S. attacks on telecommunication towers in Iran. So Iran has basically laid out a tit-for-tat measure that we've seen in the past 12 days of the renewed fighting. Iran basically says it's an eye for an eye after US President Donald Trump said that US forces will target an Iranian bridge or a power plant if a vessel gets attacked in the Strait of Hormuz. So Iran says it's going to play out the same way. And we've seen the GCC countries actually bear the brunt of the attacks between the US and Iran. We've seen Kuwait repeatedly come under attacks, not just US military targets in the region, but also crucial civilian infrastructure. So the GCC countries in a unified voice want this war to end. In fact, Qatar, Egypt and Pakistan have also proposed a 10-day ceasefire so that people can get back to the negotiating table.
Okay, thank you so much for all of that. That is Um-e-Kulsoom Shariff for us in Doha.